I've been trying to do this video about how to not get easily offended without offending anyone. Ironic, right? But I'm just gonna be straight up. So this, if you're new here, welcome. My channel is all about helping you find your purpose in life, what you're meant to do and who you're meant to be, while helping you reach your highest potential. And this includes gaining the quality and the trait and the ability to not get easily offended, because you have to grow as a person. And this has a lot to do with that, and it's going to help you grow and be the most powerful person that you can be in your life and in your future. Here you go. So I want to start off by saying that getting offended is supernatural and it's perfectly okay. It is very okay, but it's about how you act upon your emotions and how you get offended. So we have passion, we have emotion, and we are humans. So we have opinions. We're opinionated, which is also perfectly okay. So it's easy to get offended. But I believe that some of the reasons why we have the problems today in our personal life, in society, in the world, is because people do tend to get way too easily offended. And so what I'm going to tell you is going to help you be a lot more powerful and a lot more stronger emotionally, mentally, physically. So the key to not getting offended easily is to just simply understand that people are not going to think the same way that you do. And this is something that sucks to accept, because when you're passionate about something and you strongly believe in it, you naturally want others to believe it too and understand it too. But sadly, it doesn't happen that way. And so I used to struggle with this, but once I accepted this, I was a lot more prepared and more confident, in my opinion. Usually we get offended when people are just not the same as we are. So like if there's a different opinion than ours, if people express themselves in a different way, if people think a different way, we have to understand though that everyone has a different past, everyone has a different history, everyone has a different journey, and everyone has a different background, and everyone has a different reason for why they believe the way that they do. Some reasons are legit, like some reasons are respectable, some aren't, some, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the fact is that there's a reason behind that person thinking that way. There's a reason, and there's a story behind that opinion that person has. And so if we can just stop and think about the why instead of the what that's right in front of us, we will be able to calm down and have a lot more valuable conversations. But if you're judging right away because of the way that someone's speaking, the way that they're expressing themselves, and instead of just kind of listening and maybe understanding why they feel that way, then nothing will ever be fixed, or at least there's not going to be peace in your personal life, in the world, in society, whatever you want to associate this with. Being aware of the differing opinions, being aware of the opposite, being aware of everyone else while still staying true to what you believe in. When you have enough knowledge and information about what you're saying and what you believe in, and you take time to process it all, you become more confident. And then once you become more confident, that brings wisdom. Wisdom brings peace. And you're going to be able to speak a lot more confidently and not get offended. Because when people get offended, they stop conversations and the conversation doesn't keep going. So it's all about just being aware that other people think differently. And people are going to be just different. Don't judge someone because they might not sound as intellectual as you do, because people speak in a different way. Right now, a person can be speaking with all these fancy words, and then another person can be expressing themselves about what they believe in and whatever, but without all those fancy words. It doesn't mean that person is dumber than you are, or that you're smarter than that person. It doesn't mean that at all. We have to understand that we're all different, and that we're all going to express ourselves in a different way, and we're all going to have different opinions. Yes, to a certain extent, there is a right and a wrong. But are we ever going to figure out what's right and what's wrong if we keep getting offended easily, and we're not able to kind of just really have a thorough conversation to get to a point, maybe not a result, maybe not a conclusion, but just to a valid point. That is the key here. Now, you may be listening to this and you may be thinking that I'm talking about politics or religion or all these, controversial topics. But this can also be anything. Definitely political and all that, but this could be anything in your personal life, in your work life, and in society, and in your life as a citizen in the society and in the world. So when you do this, and once you realize that people are different, and you start to kind of control your emotions a lot better. So control your emotions. Don't get emotionally overwhelmed. And just, if you're confident in your opinion, speak it. Just speak it, but don't get emotional about it. And that's what I've learned to do. And it sucks, and I'm telling you, it's hard. But there's a difference between being passionate and being emotional. Be passionate, but don't let your emotions take over your words and your actions and the way that you feel. Your emotions, don't put them away. They're there for a reason, because they fuel your passion. But keep the emotions here when you're about to deliver your message. And just let that passion, that knowledge that you have, and that confidence take control. Understand that there's different ways of living, different ways of thinking, different ways of doing things, different ways of studying. Just because that person went to college and that person didn't, doesn't mean that they're different in the intelligence. Like, they can be probably just as intelligent, or one person more than the other, or just in a different way. And so we have to understand this. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know of any situation that you've had where you've gotten easily offended, or the other person has gotten easily offended. And just let me know how you feel about this whole topic in general. Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that notification bell to be notified every time that I upload a video. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.